live as well as Twitch. Our channel name is MegaSota on both Twitch and on YouTube, so make sure you guys are checking in on those, typing in a little message so that we can shoot you out some luck, or check out some of those brand new Pilot TVs that have been getting installed in some of those bars.
Absolutely, and a couple of those new locations that just got those Pilot TVs are Beer Stew Red Wing, Beer Stew Inver Grove, the V by HH, Troubles Bar, Spunky's, as well as Springbrook Golf Course.
Definitely some great stuff there. I know I've been trying to talk to you into like going golfing with me soon, and so I've been slowly sending out the hints. Maybe it's just like a driving range I can convince you to go
I would
to, like
definitely
a
go to a driving
Topgolf.
range. Yeah, even if it was just like a normal driving range on a course, I would definitely go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the patience or like
For
the
a
drive
full-
to want to do like a full 18 hole.
I feel like if we got all of our buddies around, we had drinks with us, and we were going to each hole, and maybe if we played like best ball instead of like a full game, like where you play off of the best hit every single time.
Yeah, but I would need to train before we did that. Like,
Yeah. But I feel like if you're playing best ball, you don't got to be that good at it.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think we'd all be pretty bad if we got our whole friend group going. I think there may be one of us that are good, which is John Higgins.
He actually has his own clubs and everything.
Yeah, which I don't even know.
But I mean, he hasn't played in years, and
and so I feel like we'd be all on the same level, and it'd be fun. And
see, I could rock it at putt-putt, but when it comes to real golf, that's where my talents start to falter.
Yeah. I just don't want to be so close to all the other customers, to be honest.
I get that completely, because then they're always like standing behind you, like staring, like it's like
because you always get like stuck. You're like the people right behind you are some like little kids that are like trying to fly through the golf course, and then you at some point you're like, okay, you guys can just go ahead. We'll wait to go, kind of thing. And so it's always craziness.
Oh yeah, Nikki's checking in. She says that's how they play, and going by the best ball that way is so much more fun.
Oh, it really is. It's a really fun way to play. But we already got this game rolling of top dog action, and you guys have 8 minutes to get all your plays in. We got Mega Winner in first place, Curly Jenny in second, Witty in third, fourth is Birdsy, and we got some more players. Oh, J-Rod flying out of nowhere, coming over to take that first place spot, but definitely some nice stuff on that.
It feels a little weird not having top dog as our high-low game.
Yes, it definitely is.
We're open the night off with it.
What's our high-low game for today?
Pride of Minnesota.
Interesting. I like it. I like it. But I also like giving out jackpots, and we were able to give out quite a few two jackpots yesterday, which was really, really fun. But over the last 7 days, we've given out quite a few jackpots,
That's
18 jackpots for the rolling week. And for season 11, it's been a great season 11, 528 during this season.
Absolutely. That's what we like to see. And getting yesterday started off right, we gave out a prize to Jenny over at The Bite, who took home $1,768.
Definitely some great stuff there. We also had DBLD over at American Legion Ashby, taking home $756.
Nicely done. And those were the only jackpots that were over that $600 amount, getting to count towards our rolling total. But we ended up giving out 3 other jackpots, just the minor ones, in the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter yesterday during our happy hour show. Yeah,
the first one went out to Reddy over at Spalding House, winning $543, being the closest one of those players to get over that $600 mark.
Absolutely. And then that next one went out to our second place player in the Jackpot Hunter standings, Bull, over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. They got to take home $414.
And then we had Mikey over at Route 47 Pub and Grub, taking home $452. Do you ever call Mike the cat, Mikey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I don't call
I call him Mikey all the time. It's even gotten your grandpa's lady friend to think that his name is Mikey.
His name is Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never call him Mikey. I feel like that's a great nickname for him, though.
I call him Mikey all the time. I think I only call him Mikey unless I'm mad at him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or we call him like beef and cheese and we're messing around.
I call him all sorts of different things. Beef burrito.
Yeah.
All sorts of different
beef and
things.
bean, man.
Yeah, he's an awesome cat.
He's a beefy boy.
He is a beefy boy. Sometimes when he's sitting down and he's got everything all tucked in, he looks like a beef burrito.
Oh my goodness, he looks like an XL Chipotle burrito.
Exactly.
He's all loafed up, and he's about 19 pounds a cat.
Yeah, we just weighed him in.
18
pounds. So it's his official weight because I weighed myself on the scale, and then I hopped on the scale with him too, and
we were curious.
And it was 19 pounds,
He's a big
18
boy.
pounds, and so it was. I was guessing 20 pounds, but
I thought he was going to be more than 20. I was guessing like 24, 25.
yeah, he's a big boy, but yeah,
My arm gets tired holding them.
He's lost a little bit of weight.
He has.
You know, he's gotten a
He
little
went
slimmer.
on a little adventure. He came back a lighter man.
You know, he's dieting for the summer.
Slimming down, getting his bikini body.
Exactly. We got $292 in this first place prize. We're hoping to be able to give it out. But hopefully we've been giving out a bunch of prizes in that new eTab game because it's been out for about a week now.
Oh,
the
yeah.
brand new eTab game is Later Gator.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback, especially if you've gotten into that gator bait bonus round and shot the biggest gator, taking home one of those big prizes. We would love to see how you guys are having fun out there. And if you're holding up that eTab game, you can send them in as your player pictures as well.
The Gator Bait bonus.
Oh, yeah.
If you could tame a gator as a pet, would you have a
No.
gator as a pet?
Absolutely not.
Even if you could train it like a dog and it
No.
would be just like
Why
a dog?
would I want? I couldn't cuddle it. It's not as. I would just have a dog.
I don't know. Maybe if I could
Would
get
you have a gator?
If I could get a crocodile, I would.
Yeah, no.
Wait, which ones are bigger? Alligator, crocodiles are bigger. Yeah.
Crocodiles are bigger.
So yeah, if I could get a giant crocodile, I would definitely do it.
No, thank you.
The caveat is that it is trainable like a dog and it can act like a house trained dog. Like it can't be
What are we gonna do? Take it for walks?
Can't have any gator tendencies.
No, it's a fully domesticated gator that just sits there in his little pond.
It can't be eaten like the neighbor's animals or whatever. It's got to be fully domesticated and just hanging out in like the backyard.
Eats kibble.
I take it on walks and everything like that.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do with it?
I mean, how cool is it to be walking around the neighborhood with a gator?
Yeah, no one would mess with you.
Exactly. I mean, talk about, people talk about big dog privileges.
Yeah, scary dog privileges.
Yeah, being able to walk around with a scary dog. I think being able to walk around with a live gator would be even scarier.
Absolutely.
But we do got J-Rod taking over that first place spot once again. We'll see if they can hold on to it, as it's a really close race in that top 5 right now.
Absolutely, but it's looking like the rest of our top 10 is slowly getting out of plays, and so it is going to take a big push if anyone wants to take away that first place spot.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. But we got some great stuff on our social medias that you guys should check out. And our Facebook page is the hub of all of our information. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games on that search bar, and you'll see our logo. Click on that, and you'll see weekly bingo schedules, event details, and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more, like a link tree that you can click on, and you'll have links to bar locations, socials. You got pgl.world on there as well. So much information on that Facebook page. You don't want to miss out on it.
Absolutely. It's the hub of our information. You even have direct links to all of our social medias, and our Instagram is super fun. We have all those amazing player pictures on there that you guys can see as well.
Probably my favorite part of those that are social medias, though, is being able to, it's probably one of two things. Player pictures, top tier thing, being able to see those on the Facebook page, but also the other thing being seeing when those new game previews come out.
Oh, yeah. That's how I found out about the Gate Baiter bonus.
Yeah, so if you want to stay in the know of when we release a new eTab game, you gotta go follow that Facebook page. It's a great place.
Absolutely. But if you want to stay in the know about information that's happening on the daily, the Cup of Joe with Jordy show is the place to be for that. It starts each and every morning at 11:30, where I bring on a different bingo extraordinaire each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11:30. It's a little 20-minute segment only, and it's a little hot clip where you get to find out what the big shakeups happened in all of our different player standings, as well as where all the money is lying for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah, before we get too into the schedule, and we were just talking about the Facebook page, we actually have a Facebook shout out.
Ooh.
As we have Kim, Cancer Sucks, and Pam all checked into the congratulate last night's MegaSota winner. They also had Kingpin check in at Corner Bar in Goodhue looking for some luck.
Oh, super cool. All right, Kingpin, we'll load you up with some luck.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to load you up.
Yeah, no,
right.
I'm already deep
I always
in
feel
the safe.
so embarrassed when I throw it.
You're better than
ready?
me.
Kingpin, are you ready for this?
The accuracy you have there.
Okay, Kingpin, this is coming right to you. Ready? Wow.
Watch, she'll hit you right in the chest. It's pretty impressive.
Now you're just lucky for the rest of the day.
Exactly. Got a bunch of luck. And so thanks for you guys checking in on our Facebook page. We love it whenever we see those players checking on the socials. And we're going to be trying to highlight a lot more of those players in the upcoming shows. And it should be a great time.
I kind of feel like an airbender whenever I throw it like that.
You're a luck bender.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
I like that.
Yeah. I think that...
I've achieved a new level of chi.
Exactly. Make your own show.
Absolutely.
The last luck bender.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff. But we were talking about that Cup of Joe and Jordy show that runs 5 days a week from 11:30 all the way to 11:50, giving you a little 10-minute run-up before you get into the Twins Bingo. And that Twins Bingo runs 7 days a week from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock with some really great prizes in it. We were not able to give out the jackpot in that. And so it's an over $8,000 jackpot heading into tomorrow that you guys can win from 12 to 1.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that jackpot is about $8,500, I think it left off on
Somewhere
today.
around there.
Somewhere a little over that. So you guys definitely want to be there tomorrow. But right after that, from 1 to 4, you guys know the drill. We got the 25-cent card edition of Jackpot Hunter. We got a lot of fun prizes on there as well. We even have that minor, that major, and that mega. That minor prize, each and every time it goes out, it resets to 52 balls or less. Every $50 increment, that's going to increase by 4 balls, capping off at 64 balls. Well, that cash will continue to grow until it gets in your pocket.
Yeah, I love that Jackpot Hunter 25-cent edition. And it even gets better as we get into that happy hour because you get 2 games of Lucky 4 Bingo. But before I get into all of that, we do have a winner in this very first game of Top Dog.
Yeah, it seems pretty fitting as we got Mega Winner over at Miltona Liquor Store, taking home $288. We'll get that entire top 10 of that Top Dog game to you guys in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, but while we're waiting for that top 10, I'm going to continue talking about the bingo schedule that we have for for every single day pretty much. And that's Lucky 4 Bingo. That gets us started off right at 4 p.m. and then also ends off that happy hour at 6 p.m. with both of those jackpots still available, I think, heading into tomorrow. Should be some fun stuff. And in between that 4 to 6 time, you can play 23 games of Jackpot Hunter $1 edition with a mega prize that is growing really, really big right now. That it has a major prize as well and a minor prize that grows a lot like that 25-cent edition, but every $100 it clicks up from 4 balls.
Absolutely. It's a great time, and it's a lot of fun to take home those points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings as well. But you guys know after that other round of Lucky 4 Bingo right at 6 p.m., you get an hour of the games you were just playing before we got on air with you guys, and that's Skull Bingo. You guys have an hour tonight and an hour after we get off air with you, but typically for the rest of the week, you'll get a full 4 hours from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. for those Skull Bingo prizes. We still had that coverall as well as large frame on the line for you guys tonight, and they are growing pretty large now.
Yeah, they definitely are. I'm super excited to see how large they are heading into the hour after this these games of this PGL night. But it should be a good time. But MegaSota Game Night has its own jackpot jungle.
That's right.
Has its well. I skipped over. We're in a PGL night right now. That's why we're taking a break from Skull Bingo that usually runs from 6 all the way till 10. This is a Twins Wednesday that runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Bunch of PGL game action as well as a jackpot jungle coverall of $13,063 that you take home in 52 balls or less.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys stick around for us for this entirety of our specialty night. You guys have just under 3 minutes to get enrolled in our first round of Vikings victory. We'll have another round of this up after before we get into our high-low game, followed up by another round of Vikings victory, a little bit of fishing derby at around 8:15, and then we'll cap off with our own jackpot jungle, the 25-cent card edition, $13,000 on the line, my friends.
Super fun stuff. We also got a MegaSota game night that happened last night, and it happens at 6:40 every single Tuesday. You get to see Tony and Nikki take the stage, and they give out a bunch of great PGL points, prizes, as well as a shot at the Jackpot Jungle $1 edition that you can take home $16,281 if you win it in 54 balls or less.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun, and it's the only 2 nights you can earn those PGL points, so make sure you sign up at pgl.world before you come out for our specialty nights.
Oh, yeah. Even you can do it right now,
yes.
2 minutes before you do it.
Legend says 26 seconds.
26 seconds is the record, and so I'm
sure. To do it right now.
And that was by Hot Take Higgins. Now I know he's got some blazing thumbs, so I guess you don't have to. But I think you can do it in under a minute. I'm pretty sure most people can get it done under a minute. And so go and check out PGL.world. Get signed up. We'll highlight your name, and we'll also be able to. You'll also earn points to try and compete for those top 10s.
Absolutely. But you guys have just about a minute and a half to get enrolled in this first round of Vikings victory. We got some great prizes on the line. We're starting out with a large prize prize at $4,280. That small one went out on our last game on our last specialty night, but that should be clicking up and grown as you guys play in this first round.
Should be some fun stuff, but we got some national days to get into, and this first one, it's a little bit more serious, but it's also fun as well because it's in the memory of these great companions, and that's World Pet Memorial Day. Every year on the second Tuesday in June, World Pet Memorial Day offers a time for pet owners to remember a furry companion that has passed away. It's also a day to do kind to those who have recently lost a beloved pet.
Absolutely. I know it affects every family differently, but it is something, a tragic loss when you lose that family pet, especially if it's been with you for so long. And so today's definitely a great day to just remember them and all the great times you have with them.
Yeah. And so then we were talking about pets that have passed away throughout our lives and the great stories that we have of those pets. And I would like you to retell the story that we talked about on TwinsBingo, because you talked about another dog hopping on another dog's back, and they were running around and they were having a good time.
Absolutely. They were at the rodeo, my friends. I used to have a little Pomeranian named Bella, right? And my 6'7" grandpa had a toy poodle named Coco, and they were best friends. And so when we would go over there, so would our Pomeranian, and they would hang out and do whatever, and we left him unsupervised, as you do as you're at your own home and whatever. And all of a sudden we see him running out of the living room, and Coco had somehow hopped on the back of our Pomeranian and was holding on for dear life as she is bucking her around all the way through my grandparents' condo. And it took probably like a full 6 to 7 minutes before they stopped.
Really?
They were going around the town, and Coco was holding on for dear life, and it was a sight to see. My family still talks about this to this day.
That is absolutely hilarious.
It is. This little toy poodle riding on the back of this Pomeranian, it was a sight to see.
Oh my goodness, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. We have started getting into this game of Vikings victory. Make sure you guys get all those plays in. Don't leave anything on the board, as you guys just have about 9 minutes to get all those plays in, so don't leave anything. We see it all the time. People will be in the top 10. Plays will be left on the board, and then we don't get to know how high they could have gotten up in these standings. Ooh, I see a new PGL player, Dr. Pirate, out there getting it done. Definitely good to see you, Dr. Pirate. But I'm trying to think of, because I didn't have any great pet.
I know, I had to come up with a second one.
I know. Last time you have such good, funny pet stories.
My dogs are just funny.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, Ollie is a hoot in himself just because of the way he looks.
He looks like a little Einstein dog.
Yeah, he looks like if Einstein got turned into a dog. It's
he licked an electrical socket.
It's absolutely hilarious. He's a Yorkie poo, and he loves fetch to a fault.
Yes.
And I mean, as a kid, he's not a passed away dog though. He's
still around.
He's still kicking. A funny story of him. My mom came up back up. They live in Florida right now, and came up and left him with a dog sitter, which is one of my sister's friends. And apparently, as my mom left, he just started turning into a menace.
He's such a well-behaved dog. He's old as heck. He is trained. He knows better.
Oh, he knows so good. But then as soon as my mom leaves, he's like getting into the trash. The whole house is his bathroom, and it just turned into an absolute mess. And so I think he was throwing a bit of a fit that my mom wasn't there.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, our cat that we're watching had a little bit of a fit himself this morning, where he's been sleeping upstairs with us. So we've had his food in the area just so it's easy access and out of the way, and we moved it downstairs so it could be in a neater, cleaner spot for at his grandparents' house. And Mike is just not having it, guys.
He was so upset.
He was yelling, like full on, like loud meow yelling.
Yeah, and it was like sassy yells.
Oh yeah, you could tell he was just mad at us.
And he wanted the food, and like you'd come over and pet him, and he'd be like, "What?
No, this isn't what I want.
This isn't it."
And then he'd lead you right back to the spot where the food originally was sitting.
And then give you some big old meows, and you're like, "Oh, dude,
stink eye.
Dude, you know exactly where it's at. Just go down and get yourself some."
I'm sorry you have to go down a flight of stairs now.
Definitely some fun stuff. I gotta think of one that is actually like from a past pet though.
If you would like some time to think about it, I do have those winners from Top Dog.
Yes, let's talk about those winners from Top Dog.
All right. Well, in 10th place, we had Kellery over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead getting to take home $14. Dale over at VFW Blaine came in 9th, taking home $14. Coming in 8th place, we had D. Marie over at VFW East St. Cloud, getting a win of $14. Whitty over at Blasco's Embassy Bar took home $14, coming in 7th. Big Daddy over at Troubles, too, got to take home $14 as well, coming in 6th. Then in 5th place, we had longtime player Mad Dog at VFW East St. Cloud, taking home $14 too. Then in fourth place, we had Ursula over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill, taking home 21. Hokies over at Neighborhood Tavern took home 36, coming in 3rd. Second place went out to J-Rod over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, getting a win of $72. Then our mega winner was just that mega winner, coming in 1st place over at Miltona Liquor Store, getting a win of $288.
Definitely some great wins there. And we have a new player getting into 1st place in this game of Vikings victory. JYD getting really good point total for the amount of plays that they've used up.
Absolutely.
But we'll see what happens with these top 10. Still a lot of plays to be done.
Yeah, only 20 points away. Kaswan right behind him, though.
Oh, yeah. Really, really close races right now.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, passing them up right away.
I was going to say, that's the closest race I've seen. They only had 20 points separating them.
Yeah, absolutely craziness. Okay, well, my funny story.
You found one?
Yeah, I found one, and it involves my grandpa's dog. He's always had hunting dogs all the time.
You're talking about Rip or Gus?
No, I am talking about actually, Gus is another great dog that that I actually taught how to do shake.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. I found him. They found him. He was a stray just out on the road, and they picked him up. And after a few years, he got really good with people, especially family.
Yeah.
And taught him a few tricks, and it was great because he was already an older dog. And it was like, I taught an old dog new tricks. And so that was super fun. But my actual story is about a hunting dog that Grandpa Ian had. And they took me out to walk this dog, and we're just hanging out, and it's just me and my grandpa, and he's like, okay, you can hold the leash on him and everything like that. And as soon as I'm holding the leash, I'm like walking a bit, and the dog starts like tugging, and I think he realizes finally that I can't hold him like my grandpa does, and so he just takes off because I'm only like 5 years old at this point, and just drags me across this yard right in front of the airport.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm just getting dragged for 10 yards. My grandpa can't catch up to me to like stop this from happening. And I'm just getting dragged by this dog for a few yards. And it ends up the dog stops, and he comes back, and he's like playing with me because he just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was just a game to him.
Oh yeah, but it was terrifying for me because I just get yanked, and I'm flying down the yard.
That is so funny.
Afterwards, I was like, that was kind of fun. Do you think he could do it again? But it's fun and definitely a great pet memory.
Absolutely. So today is the day to commemorate all your pets that you guys know and love, past or present.
Oh, yeah, but we got 3 minutes and 20 seconds to get the rest of your plays in. You don't want to miss out on it. Trio has been able to get into that first place spot, but I know there are players out there with a lot more plays that could catch up to him.
Absolutely. But you guys have just about how much left in this game?
Oh, 3 minutes and 3 minutes now, probably.
All right.
But we do have another serious World Day, actually.
Yeah, this is definitely a serious one, and it is World Brain Tumor Day. Each year on June 8th, World Brain Tumor Day raises awareness and educates people about brain tumors. This day also pays tribute to those affected by brain tumors.
Oh, yeah, and it's just a day where we can send out support to anybody who maybe has dealt with, is dealing, or has someone in their life that is dealing with this terrible thing, a brain tumor. And so here is a day to support you guys. Next up on our World Days, actually it's starting to feel like a World Day list.
Yes.
It's World Oceans Day. World Oceans Day takes place on the 8th every 8th of June. It is an annual observation to honor, help protect, and conserve the world's oceans. The ocean provides us with many resources and services, including oxygen, climate regulation, food source, medicine, and more.
Absolutely. And we were talking about different ocean creatures and myths that we hope that one day, if they discover it, that it will be true.
Yes.
Right? And I was thinking about it, and I can't believe I didn't say it earlier, but I know that if mermaids were real, they would be more sinister than what they're portrayed to children. But like, if a real mermaid was real, that'd be stinking cool.
Yeah. Well, because they get portrayed as sinister in a lot of other tales as well. But I don't know if they would be sinister.
See, yeah.
If they're intellectual and they have the ability to have full thought.
Well, it depends on if they really are like half human or if they're more of like a fish, like.
But like you look at other animals that have super high intellects.
Yes.
They have compassion
Like
as well.
dolphins
And like dogs care about like the other people. And like
Yes.
you see other animals like care about
Elephants
people.
and-
And if it's a mermaid, I would guess that it has a higher intellect than those creatures as well. And so
Maybe.
I would
I
guess
would hope, but I just don't know.
maybe that's just wishful thinking of
Nikki, do you have a oceanic mythological creature you hope is one day discovered? Because I think that megalodons are real and they're out there.
Yeah, well, they have existed, so I think
They have, but there's been no proof of one still currently in existence.
Yeah, and so I feel like there's definitely a chance that they still do exist.
Absolutely, because I just saw a video of like they were tracking a shark and the temperature of the body, and it was going deeper and deeper, and it was going colder and colder, and it was almost to like it was about 40s degrees, and then all of a sudden it jolted back up to about 75 degrees, and so there was either a pocket of warmth or that shark got swallowed by something bigger.
Ah, that's interesting.
There's always creepy stuff like that. I love it.
Yeah, but do you have anything else? The fun facts? I think I pulled up a little list of fun facts as well. As the sun gives the ocean its blue tint.
Really?
One of the most most common features of the ocean is the deep blue waters that continually churn, roll, and come in waves. The color is the result of the sun's red and orange wavelengths being absorbed by the surface, and its blue wavelengths penetrating deeper, giving away a blue tint.
We do have JYD over at Zorba's on Gulf Lake Shore, taking home that first place prize, $78 going out to you. But we'll get that entire top 10 as well as see if anyone got to take home one of those jackpots in just a few minutes.
Yeah, but good job, JYD, getting the win in this one. Definitely some nice stuff as we get enrolled into, the second game of Vikings victory.
Absolutely. I did not know that the sun gave its blue tint.
I was very surprised when it said that.
Yeah, that is crazy. Thanks to the ocean, most of our planet is dark. What does that mean? Oceans have an average depth of about 12,000 feet, and because light waves can only penetrate about 330 feet of water, everything below that point is dark. And seeing as water makes up most of the planet, that means that most of our Earth's existence is in absolute darkness at all times.
Really?
I've never thought about it like that.
That is interesting. The world is in darkness.
Yeah, because isn't like 80% of the world water?
I don't know the amount of the world that's water, but that's really, really impressive stuff. Yeah, let's see how much of it is water.
71%.
71%. That's still, majority of the Earth. Definitely some interesting stuff. Well, here's another interesting fact. The ocean keeps the internet online. Well, okay. If you could catch sight of the miles of cable crisscrossing the world's oceans, it would look like a giant submerged web.
Really?
Communications companies maintaining international connection by feeding cables down, hopefully flat surfaces on the ocean floor. Some require shark-proof layers to prevent predators from biting into your Netflix stream. Although the danger of sharks has been vastly overhyped, human activity is a far bigger threat.
Absolutely, that is 100% fact, but that is still really funny.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. The internet, the ocean keeps the internet afloat.
Absolutely, that's super, super strange. But the loudest ocean sounds come from ice quakes.
Really? So how does that all work?
All right, well, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, captured one of the loudest sounds ever recorded, and they named it the bloop. The sound was loud enough to be picked up by sensors over 3,000 miles away.
Wow.
Originally, researchers noted that the earth of the sound made it seem like it had come from an animal, although no known animals exist that are large enough to make that sound. After 15 years of studying it, the NOAA concluded that that noise must have come from an ice quake in which a seismic activity caused a break in the frozen ground. However, many people still question its conclusion and if the bloop was actually an animal.
Oh, so like another mythological creature
Yes.
getting born from the ice or something like
And
that?
many conspiracies were born from this.
That's so fun. Well, there's a lot of conspiracies about this trench as we're talking about the deepest part in the ocean and how really, really deep it is. And the Mariana Trench is considered to be the deepest part of the world's ocean and the deepest point on Earth. Inside the trench is a valley known as a Challenger's Deep that extends roughly 7 miles below this 7 miles below the surface. For comparison, the entirety of Mount Everest could easily be accommodated there. That's insane. The entirety of Mount Everest could fit in the Mariana Trench.
That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that goes hand in hand with my next one, as the ocean's canyons make the Grand Canyon seem small.
That's ridiculous. Well, let's figure out how deep it is until recently, crewed explorations hadn't gone any farther than 15,797 feet below
35,000.
35,000 feet below the surface, a record set by two oceanographers in 1960. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron explored roughly the same depth in a solo mission.
That's so scary.
But in 2019, Victor Vescavo made history by becoming the first person to reach the deepest part of the ocean.
That is so scary. Could you imagine going that deep down solo?
Oh, I mean, but that's probably the only way you can do it, is you have to go
That's
because you probably
terrifying.
can't fit like a multiple people ship down into that area, as you need like specialty
Yeah.
equipment to be able to survive down there.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he use a craft or did he swim? That's crazy. But, yeah, no, not to take away anything from the gorgeous Grand Canyon on Earth, the Zemchung Canyon, located in the Bering Sea, is the vertical relief of about 8,500 feet, almost 2,500 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon.
That is insane. Definitely some
Wow.
cool stuff there. Nikki came in with her own little legend,
Yes.
and we want to talk about that.
Yeah, she likes to believe that the legend that there is the largest octopus in the world that lives under the bridge in Seattle.
Oh,
That's cool. I hope that one's real too.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I've been there's been a TikTok that goes around, and they've been talking about all the different like state mysteries and stuff like that, and what each state has for like their own like lore.
Okay, so I looked up this octopus. I wanted to
Yes.
know more. It was intriguing, okay? And deep below the surface of the Tacoma Narrows, among the ruins of a bridge once named Galloping Gertie, the king octopus is said to live. It is rumored about 600 pounds with 8 massive tentacles, and the king certainly lives up to his title.
Really? That's interesting.
That's really cool.
How cool is that?
Oh, it's a steel octopus.
You thought you'd found
I was like,
you'd seen the
whoa.
real one. Oh, that's awesome. But here, a couple of quick ones. The Earth's biggest waterfall is in the Atlantic Ocean.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we know very little about the
Yes.
most of ocean's marine life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so we. I
Only
mean,
about like 5%.
of the ocean we've even explored. Earth's most remote place is the South Pacific. Most volcanic eruptions happen beneath the surface of the ocean.
I actually knew that one.
Yeah, there may be billions of dollars worth of treasure deep within the ocean.
I mean, let's just bring back pirating.
I don't think. I
Let's
think,
go search for buried treasure.
I think that's what kind of like maybe
Yeah,
like caused a lot of
jolted it.
that treasure to be down in the deep of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Shipwrecks and whatnot.
so maybe not pirating, maybe just like like treasure hunting.
Safely exploring.
I think that may be better. Go a little national treasure on
That would be so fun.
Indiana Jones.
I would love it.
Yeah, I think you could get away
That's
with that.
one thing I want to do in my entire life is go in like a submarine and explore underwater.
Really?
I would love to go in a submarine.
That would be a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever want to like skydive?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to like actively seek it out, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'll have no issue doing it.
If I like told you, I was like, hey, I'm getting tickets to skydive. Do you
Yeah,
wanna
because
come along?
it'd be our first time, so we'd be strapped to a professional. I mean, I just got to sit there and have fun.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll go my first time. So then when
And
you
if anything
come,
goes
I can
bad,
jump
you
by
can-
myself
Oh.
and then look cooler.
Yeah, I mean, I'd let you do it.
Yeah. No, I need somebody on the back
I was
if I'm
gonna
going to
say,
do that.
I don't have any problem. If I'm hooked to a professional, I have full faith in their hands.
I feel like I'll make too many like just like terrible jokes while I'm falling,
Oh.
like just like out of nervous habit, just like me freaking out inside, but I don't know how to handle that stress.
So you're just whispering to the guy behind you.
So I'm just like yelling like terrible jokes back to him, like what would happen if this was it was shredded when we opened
What
up
if
the
we
bag?
run into a bird?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, gosh.
I saw this one thing, and it was a buddy. He took his friend's parachute. They had done jumping skydiving for a little bit, and they were finally doing it by themselves. I think.
Okay.
For like
They had finally graduated.
or like it was one of the times that they had went skydiving just with themselves.
Yeah.
And he put a bunch of toilet paper in his parachute with the parachute still intact, able to deploy and everything like that.
So was there just like
but
rolls?
right when he opens it up, he sees a bunch of white strands fly everywhere, thinking that like, oh, my parachute has like shredded while opening
really, it's
up.
just TP in the wind.
And really, it's just TV getting shot up, and then the
Wow.
parachute actually goes up and everything like
have
that.
a panic
But
attack.
I would be so upset with if a friend ever did that to me. I'd be like, you're no
Yeah.
longer my friend. You're no longer. You ruined this day for me.
In this day for me.
But moving on, I don't know how we got there from World Oceans Day, but it's definitely some cool stuff.
Yeah, did you know that the ocean is home to nearly 95% of all life?
That's really interesting.
That's a really cool
I didn't
fact.
know that. Well, moving on from National Oceans Day, we do have National Upsy Daisy Day.
Absolutely, and this is a great one to celebrate each and every year. And on June 8th, a National Upsy Daisy Day is a day to set aside to encourage you guys to face the day with positivity and to get up gloriously, gratefully, and gleefully each and every morning.
Yeah, always want to try and wake up on the right side of the bed.
I have a really hard time with that.
I always try and wake up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah.
Being on the right foot is something that it's something that it was something I wasn't very good at one point.
Yeah.
And then I kept on like trying to like work on it and become like better at like, say positive like words while you're getting up. Like, I may be tired, but I'm like, this is going to be a great day. I got to get out there today because it's going to be an awesome day that I'm going out to go do.
I was a lot better when I had something right off the bat when I woke up, when I would have to nanny at like 7:30 in the morning each and every day.
Yeah.
And that was like every single day.
And you kind of had to put on a face for the kids and everything.
Exactly. And so I got up and I'd listen to music with her and I'd get her ready for gymnastics and it'd be all this fun stuff. And so it was really easy to be up and at 'em and just happy on those days, especially because I just adored the kids I was nannying.
Yeah.
But now I get to like wake up and have like an hour and a half to be in bed and I'm just like, I don't want to get up.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I like force myself to like work out in the morning and everything like that. Because I need to wake up and then go do something. And
that's a great way to start off your day because it just releases all the endorphins in your body to start your day on the right foot.
Yeah, and I'm just not about the stay in bed after I wake up.
So
I'm
guilty
about
of it.
laying in bed like before I go to bed. I like to have about like 2 hours an hour and a half of just being able to just lay in bed, have maybe scroll through my phone,
just be mindless.
Just do whatever it is, whatever mindless task it is.
Unwind.
I think it's that I need that. But in the morning, I like to get up and be up as soon as I awake.
I need to do that. Maybe I just need to get up and do a nice deep stretch. Right
I think
when
that's
I wake
always
up.
a good idea. I wake up and do a little bit of yoga in the morning.
I think that is what the routine I need to get into.
I think that would be an awesome thing. I could get into that as well. I need to start stretching more.
Yeah,
because
maybe just do some body weight like Pilates. If I just get up and start working myself.
I've lost so much of my flexibility since being out of athletics.
Agree.
And so like you know athletics you stretch every single day to be ready for that. But then when you're just doing my regular day, I don't want to like stretch after or before my workouts. I just want to get in there and do my lift and get out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I've lost a lot of my mobility, especially in my lower body, like when it comes to my hamstrings and stuff. So tight now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, when I was in dance, they prioritize stretching as just as much as the actual workout. And so it really had you limber. And now I'm like 4 years out of it. And I'm like, well, I don't think I could touch my toes without stretching.
Yeah, it's interesting how quickly that goes, but it's also interesting how quickly it comes back.
Yes.
And so it's really nice. And so hopefully you guys can start figuring out a way to make your days start off on the right foot. Or like I said earlier, I was like, oopsie daisy, instead of oopsie daisy, upsie daisy, so that you end up, falling upward kind of thing. No matter what you do, if you fail, if you stub your toe on the door, you still can get on and keep on going with the day and having a good one.
Absolutely. But we do have those winners from our first round of Vikings victory.
Yes, let's talk about those winners. In 10th place, we had a big-time player in Player over at the Hideaway Bar, taking home $13. Then we had a 9th place Timmy over at Neighbors on the Rum, taking home $13. 8th place was Pickle 2 over at Scarta's Bar, taking home $13. 7th place was Maybe over at Milton Liquor Store, taking home $19. 6th place was Chaser over at Billy's Bar and Grill, taking home $26. In 5th place, we had HGG FFUYN at Chanticleer Pizza, Maple Grove, taking home $26. $39 went out to Trio over at Trapper's Bar and Grill in 4th. 3rd place was Swan over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead, taking home $52. Then $58 went out to Player over at the Trail Stop Tavern. And in 1st place, we had JYD over at Zorba's on Gull Island, taking home $78.
Nicely done. None of those jackpots went out. We got $4,548 on that large one and $134 on the small jackpot.
Oh, and we got Guy Fieri's superpower, the Flazer Beam, in 1st place right now.
Absolutely. Almost out of plays. Now officially out of plays. We'll have to see if anyone's going to steal that spot away.
Well, time to get into our next national day, as it's National Name Your Poison Day. National Name Your Poison Day on June 8th places a few options before you and challenges you to choose. In this case, the idiom can be cautionary. It can be a cautionary one, or it could just be a way that your bartender asks what you want to drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways you can do it. I prefer, just the bartender coming up to me and asking me what's my poison. But I guess my poison is probably gummy candy. That's my real poison.
Your real kryptonite.
My real kryptonite is just gummy candy, Swedish Fish, Sour Patch Kids.
Let's be honest.
Lifesavers.
I can't even say mine's a dessert. Mine is carbs.
Carbs, just
bread.
Love a good bread.
Cheesy
we do
bread.
have a winner in this game, though. Before we talk about our poison, we got Flazer Beam over at Poppers in Virginia, taking home $216 on this one. Good job, Flazer Beam. And now we are going to be getting enrolled into.
Oh, she got a Flazer Beam got a jackpot on that one.
Did?
Yeah, that was 100 and some, and that first place prize is 82. We'll have to see which one's correct and if they took home one of those prizes.
That's awesome. Definitely a good prize right there. But we are now getting enrolled into the high-low game, the little Pride of Minnesota action. Definitely getting enrolled in the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You don't want to miss out on this one. But you're talking about your poison, the
cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread. That's what you got to go with.
That is my kryptonite. Bosco sticks, stuffed cheesy bread, even just a good old breadstick. I want it. Baguettes. I don't know what it is about bread. It is what I want. Focaccia, a good focaccia.
You love good.
Oh, yeah. I've been opening your eyes up to it, and you don't even know. You only get black pepper focaccia when we go to Panera. I changed that bread for you.
Yeah, I really don't care what bread is on it.
Yeah, but you like it every time.
I do enjoy it. But if it changed, I probably wouldn't notice. But
I beg to differ. I think he would.
You think I would?
Yes.
I might. It matters on how different the bread was. If it was generally close to the same thing, there's no way I would notice. If it looked the same, I wouldn't notice.
Focaccia is very different than normal bread.
Yeah, it is. It definitely looks different. It tastes different. But I don't know. It's definitely not bread for me. That's definitely
Cheesy
not my
bread.
poison. Maybe mac and cheese. That's my poison. I love myself some mac and cheese. I don't have enough mac and cheese, though, to call it my poison. I've really slowed down because you're not a big mac and cheese eater, so I don't eat it nearly as much as I would.
I mean, I bought some today, so if you want some mac and cheese.
You did. I mean, I always have the option because you're willing to make mac and cheese whenever, because it's the easiest meal ever to make, and I can always make it for myself as well, and so it's always super easy. But I never want to just make for myself. That's never fun.
Yeah.
And so Yeah, candy. Candy's got to be my
No,
poison.
yours is for sure gummy candy.
Yeah, because I'll even go like whenever I go on like a long car drive, I always grab myself.
He goes and grabs Dr. Pepper and like 3 bags of gummy candy.
I do not bag. I grab like 1 bag of candy.
No, if it's for a road trip, it's only 1.
Yeah, if it's for like late night, like
late night sweet treat though.
I'll grab
a different story.
I'll get like 3 bags. Well, usually it's you just on like DoorDash or something like that, and you're like
you pick 2, I'll pick 2.
You're like
we'll
you're like, what do you want? I'm like, just throw in a few bags of candy. I don't really care. You know what I like.
Yeah,
and then it'll show up with a random assortment of gummy candies.
Yeah.
And I always end up being satisfied.
Absolutely.
But hopefully you guys can indulge on your whatever your poison is, whether it's
Nikki,
a sweet
what's
treat,
your poison?
your favorite drink, whatever it is. Hopefully you can enjoy it today, and maybe enjoy it with one of your best friends.
Absolutely, and it leads us right into our last national day, National Best Friends Day. It is a definitely fun one, and on June 8th, honor your closest and dearest friends on Best Friend Day. The relationship between best friends is often fierce and can withstand distance, storms, and silence. Whether we've known them all our lives or they're recently acquired, best friends make tough times bearable, fun times memorable, and memorable times priceless.
Definitely some great, having a great friendship is always a good one, and having those people that I appreciate the people that are and I consider them my really, really good friends when I don't talk to them for like, it can go maybe on for a year where I don't talk to them, and then as soon as I see them again, it's like I never missed a second with them, and they're just telling me about all the different stuff that they did, and it feels like we picked off just where we left off, and that's where I find I'm like, wow, this is a true friend right there, because I don't have time to like keep up conversations with everybody that I probably should.
We got Nikki checking in. Her said her poison, she's got to go with me. Bread too, either that or chips and queso. We did know that is her favorite snack, and so
yes.
I mean, it's a good choice, girl.
It definitely is a great choice.
Absolutely.
I think guacamole's close on your list, though.
Yeah. Anything with avocados.
Anything with a little bit.
Avocados just might be
avocado and bread mixed together.
Yeah.
top guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Right there.
On a bagel, on bread, anything really.
Super tasty.
Oh yeah.
But we're talking about National Best Friends Day. Do you have any fun best friend moments? I know you just wished your best friend a happy birthday on today.
Yes, it's one of my best friends' birthday today, so it's pretty fitting that it's National Best Friends Day. And she's the one who introduced me to this whole posse, Ian, Will, and John. I wouldn't be here without her, so thank you, Jill. I almost even posted a picture of him on my story for her birthday, being like, thank you for introducing me to him. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
But I'm actually, as you're saying, standing the time and not having to talk for a couple months. I'm about to see one of my high school best friends for the first time in almost 10 months now.
Wow.
I haven't seen her since last fall.
That's insane. That's a long time. It's definitely
This is the longest I've gone without seeing her.
Yeah, it's
by
crazy.
far. Because we couldn't hang out over Thanksgiving break. We couldn't hang out over winter break. She got sick.
It just didn't work out.
It got storms on her birthday, and now here we are. She just got back from an overseas trip, and so I am so excited to see her.
That would be a really, really good time.
Absolutely.
Do you have any fun, meeting your first friend stories?
I can talk about the person I'm going to see. Her and we met each other because a mutual friend of ours got free tickets to a Pistons game, and she chose just 3 random girls to go with her, and it ended up being me and my 2 high school best friends, Danny and Shannon. And so I knew Shannon, and I knew this other girl, Olivia, who invited all of us. And so we get in the car, and her mom's driving because we're all like 14, maybe we're like freshmen in high school, and there wasn't enough seats. And so to drive into Detroit, which is an hour from the town we live in, me and Danny, my current best friend, we had to sit in the trunk together, never having spoken to each other.
Oh my goodness.
And we had to sit there for an hour before we got to this Pistons game. And by the time we got to the Pistons game, I swore we knew we were soulmates.
That is great.
We couldn't even breathe. We were laughing so hard. The girls were getting so mad at us because we were just laughing with each other. And so it just was like an instant, I couldn't even tell you what we talked about. It was just no air in that trunk.
Oh yeah, one of my good buddies, just kind of the piggyback even off of the Upsy Daisy Day and making the best out of a good situation is I worked as a lifeguard, which was not a great job, but the people I met were really great people that I got to meet, and it's how I met a lot of the people that are here on the broadcast.
Our entire friend group
that you guys see on the broadcast on a daily basis. But it was during my first training class, and actually you're one of your best friends, now significant others. I met him while being in that class, and basically I was just like complaining, like doing whatever in the class, and he just from another across the class, he just like gave me like a, yeah, that's right,
I feel you,
it stinks, and I was like, you know, I like this guy. And then I ended up, sitting next to him, talking to him, and he ended up becoming a good buddy that we hang out with on like 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, but you guys hung out like every single day that summer.
Oh, we hung out a bunch during that time, but now he's down in Detroit, and so I only see him about once, 2-3 times a year, and it's always a great time whenever we do. And he's one of those guys that he picks up like it's like the friendship has never ended, and he's telling me all about the great stuff, and so it's really, really fun. But we're in this game of Pride of Minnesota, the high-low game, and we're watching now as the first place prize is getting moved out and moved in by a bunch of different players.
Yeah, we got Sue 23 in first place. Now knocking out, was it who was in that second place spot? Let's take a peek. Oh, they're just switching around.
You got Pickle 2. Sue's 23 is out of place, so there's no way they're going to be able to get back into first place. But J-Rod, with the amount of plays that they have left, I think they'll be into that first place spot in no time.
I'd have to agree, but we do have some Twins news to go over. It's not the best, but what can you expect when they're going up against the Yankees? Are they playing right now? Yeah, they just started 9 minutes ago.
Yeah, so the last game, no, they actually just got started an hour ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they got started an hour ago, and so we'll check in with that game. Hopefully, it's going better than that 10-4 loss that we had in the last one. But it looks like it is still 0-0 heading into the bottom of the fourth with our Minnesota Twins up to bat. We'll see if we can sneak away a win on this one, as those Yankees are 40-15 so far this season. Have been the #1 team in the MLB so far this year. A lot of power rankings have them at that #1 spot, especially since they're on a 7-game win streak. And hopefully our Twins can break that streak and get a win right here.
Absolutely. We will be checking in with that in just a little bit to let you guys know an update on the game. But in the meantime, if you want to show some support for our Twins, you can play our awesome E-Tab game, Twins Win. It's a lot of fun. You can pick a lucky batter in that home run derby bonus round and win some Grand Slam prizes.
It definitely is a great one. Love Twins Win, as well as our Twins Bingo, our lunchtime Twins Bingo that runs from 12 to 1 every single day, where you can earn some great crash money. Like we got a $8,000 jackpot that you guys can come out for tomorrow from 12 to 1. But also from 12 to 1, you can earn points towards the Twiking Zone, which is the mixture of our Twins and Vikings Bingo standings.
Absolutely, and I'm going to hop right into these top 10, as in 10th place we got Pooba over at Brian's Bar and Grill with 119,000. With 120,000 right ahead of him, though, in 9th place we got Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon. 8th place it's with Yo-Yo over at Valley Inn with 130,000. But with 136,000, in 7th place we have Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. 6th place it's with Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar with 147,000. But with 169,000 points, in 5th place we got GTZ at Sal's Bar and Grill. 4th place it's with Mikey Wins over at Stevo's with 197,000. But with 208,000 points, getting pushed back from second into third, it's Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven. Jumping out of that tie, getting into that second place spot, it's Sinbop over at Corky's Bar in South Haven, sitting with 210,000 points. We saw them both out there at lunchtime trying to get those points. They are fighting for that second place spot. But solely in first place, we got Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley with 285,000 points.
Yeah, really, really good point totals for those players. I mean, we got 3 players already in that 200,000 point club, and I wouldn't be surprised if a 4th player got there sometime this week.
Absolutely.
But to get into the location side of these standings, with 166,000 points in 10th place, we got Main Street Pub in Kimball. 9th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 224,000 points. Over at VFW Blaine, they got 244,000 points, which lands them right at that 8th place spot. 7th place is Eagles Rochester Rochester with 288,000 points. With 296,000 points in 6th place, we got our place on 3rd in Faribault. 5th place, getting bumped back from 4th place, we got Corner Bar and Goodhue with 301,000 points. We'll see if they stay getting kicked back or if they are going to keep with this race, because moving from 5th into 4th, we got Steve-O's and Cristo with 305,000 points. Still tight-knit between them and Corner Bar and Goodhue. But in 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley with 493,000 points. With 519,000 points in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar Southaven. And in 1st place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park with a record-setting total, I think, so far this season. 905,000 points. Maybe the first location by the end of the season to get into the 1 million point club in the Twiking Zone.
That would be super exciting to see. Is these the locations that just had to be 833,000?
Yes, I think it was 800, and we'll double check that one for us, as it was 833,000. You were right on the money. Corner Bar and Goodhue was able to do that last season, but now we got VFW Spring Lake Park making the moves this time.
That is super exciting to see. I can't wait to see them get in the 1 million point club. I'm really hoping they do.
You think they're going to be able to do it?
Yes.
I think they should be able to do it as well, as we're only on the 8th of this month, and we have till the end of this month, I think, to get this done for this season 11. But we do have May Wren in 1st place, as we are coming down to the tail end of this game right here. 1 minute and 40 seconds to get the rest of your plays in. You don't want to leave anything left on the board. Just Andy is out there at that 101st place spot, the lowest point total so far out of these players, which also gets you a really nice prize.
Absolutely. You may be the biggest loser, but you're taking home a 1st place prize, so it's a win in our books. And we're listening to a little bit of Cash Chaos, an awesome E-Tab game that you guys should definitely check out. It sounds really fun. It's a little retro computer game theme. It's awesome, and it's going to be winning you guys a lot of prizes.
Yeah, definitely some fun ones. Do you have a favorite retro game?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's your favorite retro game?
Oh, classic pinball maybe.
Classic pinball?
I love classic pinball.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like in old arcades, love them. Like the Addams Family ones, and like or like the Frankenstein.
Oh, there's so many different good ones.
Love them.
I think Tron is also a good one that they've done before. I don't know if you've seen Tron pinballs before. They're really cool, just because of all the LED lights that they can put on it and everything.
I've never even seen Tron the movie.
Tron's just, it's just LEDs and everything like that. They're just futuristic inside a video game like kind of world, and so it always ends up being cool put on like a retro video game like that. But we do have Birdsey in 1st place. Just took over that in these last few seconds, and we'll see if anybody can take over, as it looks like the rest of our top 10 is out of place, so it's going to be a tough one to catch up to.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite retro game?
Ooh, my favorite retro game is going to be, this is a tough one. I even
like skee ball if we're just going for like old games.
Oh, like arcade games. If we're just going with all arcade games, it changes what my favorite is, because I think the one with the three things that go across the bottom, and you got to press stop, and then you got to get the other three that come over top.
The block stacker.
Yeah, exactly. That was my favorite as a kid. But I don't consider that a retro game at all. And so I had to think. I
like skee ball a lot.
I'm gonna go with. I really enjoyed Street Fighter. I just played Street Fighter again in a long time, and that was super, super fun.
We do have a winner though. Birdsey over at Rapid Ricks is taking home $104. Nicely done. That means our our last place player, Just Andy, is taking home a 1st place prize as well, and we'll get that entire top 10 for you guys in just a couple moments.
Yeah, but we do have 50 different Charitable E-Tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. With awesome bonus and free play rounds. You don't want to miss out on that. But we are getting enrolled into this final game of Vikings victory. We got 2 more games after Vikings victory, but this is the last shot at the prizes that we have in Vikings victory. But in the last one, we actually gave out a jackpot in that top 10.
Absolutely, and I'm going to hop right in, because in 10th place, we had Tear Bear over at Dummy's Bar and Grill, taking home $13. 9th place went out to Pickle 2 over at Stardust Bar, taking home $13. Then in 8th, we had Taryn over at Rumors Bar and Grill. I almost read that as Tarzan. I got excited. Taking home $13. Then in 7th, we had Jules over at Garden Center Lanes, taking home $20. Getting a win of $27, we had 777 at Lansing Corners, coming in 6th. 5th place went out to Coley over at Route 47 Pub and Grub, getting to take home $27. Getting a win of $41. In 4th place, it was Chaser over at Billy's Bar and Grill. 3rd place went out to Big Daddy over at Troubles, 2, taking home $55. 2nd place went out to Whitty at Blasco's Embassy Bar, taking home $62. And then we had Flazer Beam over at Poppers, getting that small jackpot on top of that 1st place prize, $216 getting in your pocket.
Definitely great stuff out there. And you guys have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to get enrolled in this next game of Vikings victory. Don't waste a second to do so.
Absolutely. But we do have some fun on this day in music history. And today, in 1974, Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You goes to #1 on the country chart. Nearly 2 decades later, though, Whitney Houston's R&B version tops the top 100 hot chart and becomes one of the best-selling singles of all time.
That's really, really cool. What a fun story. And Dolly Parton, just a very fantastic musician.
Absolutely. I love her, and I love the story and the interviews of her writing 9 to 5 while click-clacking her nails.
Oh, is that how she did it?
Yeah.
I don't really, I think I've heard the story of it multiple times, but I guess I've never watched or anything of like how it actually went down.
Yeah, no, and she's even in interviews with other women with acrylic. She'll make them play their acrylic nails, and they'll jam together.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know how like people will tack pencils on their desk and do that kind of thing?
Or like it's almost like a washboard, and instead it's right on your fingernails.
That's so cool.
It's awesome.
But I mean, there's a lot of great songs. Is 9 to 5 your favorite?
No.
Jolene's your favorite?
Absolutely, hands down, Jolene.
There's so many good ones. It's a hard one. It's a hard choice to pick from. Jolene is up there as the top ones. But
I sing it to myself at least once a week, every week.
Yeah, it's up there. I'm gonna look. I gotta look through a bunch of them because there's so many good hits that she has sung, and she's got that iconic raspy light voice that absolutely kills it. And I think I'm gonna have to go with that because you hear her voice probably the best in Jolene. You get to be able to hear.
Jolene. I love it.
Yeah, you basically
always stuck in my head.
Basically sound just like Dolly Parton singing it.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
I
know it's a big fat fib, but that's all right.
It is. But, you know.
You don't have to admit it.
I'm a truther. We got 1 minute and 15 seconds before we get enrolled into this next game. Definitely get enrolled and press play as I talk about the next music day in history. And in 1985, Tears for Fears, Everyone Wants to Rule the World, hits #1 in the U.S. for the first of 2 weeks.
That is such a good one.
Yeah, is Tears for Fears do anything else but
take a peek, see if you recognize anything.
Everyone Wants to Rule the World, because that's the only thing I know of theirs.
Head Over Heels.
Shout. I've heard Shout, and that's probably about it. I don't know Head Over the
Mad World.
Don't know of that one. I would have to hear that one played.
Yeah.
I think a few of them I would know if I heard them played, but Everyone Wants to Rule the World and Shout are the only two that I can just know from just the name.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a peek at some of his other work, but.
Yeah, definitely a fun one, as Everybody Wants to Rule the World has made so many different movie
scores.
Scores as well. Let's see what movies it's been in.
Yeah, I wonder how many movies it's actually been on. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, the feature song, Everyone Wants to Rule the World, what films feature it. And let's see if we can figure that one out.
I'll see if I can find it as well.
Looks like I'm struggling to find
it's
where
in Stardust.
Okay, yeah, you're finding it better than I am.
Let's see.
But that's super fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's in a few movies, so
it's in a ton.
If you guys could think of one of your favorite
Hunger
movies
Games.
that has Everybody Wants to Rule the World in it, let us know if you could think of the movie.
So far, 5.
Really? Okay, let's hear all 5.
Okay, Hunger Game Catching Fire.
Okay.
Peter's Friends, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. That's a funny one.
Okay.
Sky High.
Okay.
And Whitebird in a Blizzard.
Okay, so the 2 I know of from is Sky High and the Hunger Games.
Yes, I know 3 out of 5 of them.
Which one? Rami
Those 2 and Romeo and Michelle.
Romeo and Michelle. That's really cool.
It's got Lisa Kudrow, the woman who plays Phoebe in Friends. The blonde.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the blonde lady. Yeah.
That's so fun.
They play really ditzy best friends going back to their high school reunion, and they pretend like they invented the Post-it note.
Really?
And they're like, you didn't invent the sticky note. You didn't do that. And
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
but we did.
Well,
and
we did. You gotta believe us.
Yeah.
We are working in this game of Vikings victory. Maybe is in first place. We'll see if they can hold on to this one, as we got a bunch of players with a lot of plays. As you guys still have 8 minutes to get the rest of those plays in.
Yeah, this is what they look like when they show up at their reunion.
That's super funny. Definitely
Good
some
one.
great stuff there. But we love some great stuff, and what's a great thing that you guys can do? Get signed up at PGL.world to become a member of our league. PGL players compete for points and also have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has so much great information in it.
Absolutely. You guys are earning PGL points as we speak, but if you're not signed up at PGL.world, you will not be awarded them. And a couple of those new players who just signed up and getting that extra little sprinkle of luck, we had Shibs182, J-Rob987, Cater, Robert Oppo3, Chad, Leonard, Little Sweetie 20, PRBS, Just One Away, Ronan, and Dr. Pirate. We already saw him out there playing.
Yeah, definitely good to see that happen. Oh, we got Big Hawaii out there. Definitely some nice stuff.
We do have those winners from our Pride of Minnesota game, though.
Ooh, yeah, I'll talk about those winners right now, as we got the biggest loser also out there, and that biggest loser was Just Andy over at Duck Sports Bar and Grill. They took home $104.
Beautiful.
Good job, Just Andy.
Being the biggest loser really paid off.
It definitely did. But in 10th place, we had Trappers 4 over at Trappers Bar and Grill, taking home $31. $31 also went out to the 9th place player, Kaswan, over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead. It makes me want to say ka-chow. In 8th place, we had Rud Dog over at LJ's, taking home $31. 7th place went out to Big Dog over at Troubles, winning $41. $41 also went out to Rocky over at Leo's Bar in Newmarket. You want to do your impression?
Hey,
Adrian.
Oh, no. I won't do my Rocky impersonation tonight.
Hey, Adrian, it's Rocky.
Yo, Adrian, it's me, Rocky.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
In 5th place, we had J-Rod
I know you
over.
all wanted that.
5th place, J-Rod over the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45, taking home $41. $52 went out to the 4th place player over at Hideaway Bar. 3rd place was Nix over at Hollandale 3-1, taking home $32. $83 went out to the 2nd place player, May Wren, over at Billy's Rockford. And in 1st place, it was Birdsey over at Rapid Ricks, taking home $104.
You got me just thinking about Rocky now.
Rocky.
I need to watch some Rocky. It's been a while since I've had the the Italian stallion up on the screen.
The Italian Stallion.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. We need to watch Rocky 5. We've been caught up on Rocky 5 for a little bit.
Because it's the one that you've complained the most about.
I've only watched it one time.
Okay,
in my
so
whole
it
time of
could
watching it.
potentially not be as bad as you remember.
No, it's
It's as bad.
Well, it's not that the actual movie is bad.
It's just the weakest plot line.
It's like the acting doesn't get any worse or any better. It's not like Rockies are known for their amazing acting.
Yes, they are. They're masterpieces.
It's just when you add in the acting quality and then you just don't like the storyline as well.
Yeah.
It's just not as entertaining for me.
Fair enough. And it's a hard one to follow, especially after Rocky 4.
Yeah, the Rocky 4 is so good.
I mean, it might be the best one of the entire installment.
I might have to say so.
Yeah.
I may have to say so.
I think the first one might be my favorite.
Wait, no, I think Rocky 3 is my favorite.
I think the first one's mine.
Is Rocky the first one's your favorite? Whichever one is with Drago and
I think that's 4.
That's 4.
I'm
I wasn't
almost
sure if it was
sure.
Mr. T who was number 4.
Oh God, I think it is Mr. T who's number 4.
I don't remember. Well, it's not even Mr. T. It's like I forget what the name is, but it's basically just a rip off Mr. T.
No, Clubber Lane.
Clubber Lane, and it's played by the actor Mr. T.
That's the third one.
Yes.
And then the fourth one is with
Drago.
Drago.
Yeah, with Drago.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Definitely some good stuff. I just saw a commercial that has like a knockoff Dolph Lundgren, and it's like an Old Spice commercial, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, don't they CGI him super young?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That is so funny. I did see that as well.
Yeah, but we are pretty far into this game of Vikings victory. Let's see what the score is looking like. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to get the rest of those plays in, with maybe, I think, leading the charge with the amount of plays, but Bob B is pretty close with that amount of plays.
Let's see it, Bobby.
We'll see who ends up in that first place spot. But we'll talk about the PGL standings while we're waiting for that. And we'll get right into the player side.
All right. Well, in 10th place, we got Reyes 22 over at the Old Town Tavern. Did I just steal that away from you?
No, you got it.
I just didn't want to be rude. Reyes 22 over at the Old Town Tavern is sitting with 1,140,000 points. In 9th place, we got OE50 over at the Stanchion Bar with 1,174,000. Then with 1,243,000 in 8th place, we got Sarah Honey at VFW Austin. Closing in on Nixon over at the VFW Roseville, sitting in 7th, who has 1,284,000. But with 1,378,000 in 6th place, we got Bucks over at Rustic Saloon. 5th place sits with Bryce at the Underground Bar and Grill with 1,519,000. But 4th place, we got Forget UD at VFW Austin with 1,671,000. With 1,742,000 points, though, in 3rd place, we got Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon. 2nd place still sits with Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 2,272,000. But in 1st place, still reigning true, it's Bam Bam at Stewartville Legion Post with 2,449,000.
Yeah, good job to all those players killing it so far. The locations sit like this. In 10th place, we got Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 4,480,000 points. With 4,514,000 points in 9th place, we got Leo's Sports Bar Mazeppa. 8th place is Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato with 4,699,000 points. With 5,119,000 points in 7th place, getting bumped back from 6th, we got Neeson's Gaylord. Moving from 7th into 6th place, we got VFW Northfield with 5,146,000 points. With 5,618,000 points in 5th place, we got American Legion Cleveland. 4th place is Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter with 6,239,000 points. And getting bumped back from 2nd place into 3rd, we have Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake with 6,933,000 points, formerly in 1st place just about a week ago, and now passing them up from 3rd into 2nd. We got Poppers in Virginia, newly into the 7 million point club with 7,020,000 points. But with 7,646,000 points in 1st place, we got Billy's Rockford.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can even see Poppers in Virginia, who has been on such a hot streak lately, even potentially threaten that 1st place spot.
It looks like it's going to happen. They didn't get into our top 10 until about, I don't know,
2 weeks ago, if that.
Yeah,
sometime last week.
And then they just keep on rising so quickly. The quickest location we've seen rise so far in these standings, and they may, if they keep on this same point output, they will be in that 1st place spot by the end of the season.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, as you guys know, our Minnesota Wild are out of those playoffs, but you can support them by playing Let's Go Wild at any of your bars or restaurants that have Pilot games, and check out that Slapshot bonus round. But we are going to be seeing the Rangers go up against the Lightning tomorrow at 7 p.m. for you guys in those playoffs.
Yeah, it should be an interesting game. Let's check out what it is looking like. As yesterday, the Rangers and Lightning had a game where the Lightning were able to tie up the series 2-2 with a 1-4 victory over those Rangers. Not what I wanted to see, as I was hoping that the New York Rangers were going to win this series, and I don't want a Tampa Bay Lightning Avalanche game happening. But it should be, meaning it should be a good game for game number 4, which is happening tomorrow, where we'll see if the Tampa Bay Lightning can continue on their win streak, or if it's whoever's at home, because that's how it's worked so far. When they were over in New York, the New York Rangers got 2 wins. They went over to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay got 2 wins. Now they're heading back to New York for game number 5, and we'll see if they can get that lead to a 3-2.
Absolutely, but we got maybe over at Miltona Liquor Store taking home $96. We'll get that entire top 10 in that final round of Vikings victory for you guys in just a couple minutes. You guys are about to begin enrolled in some fishing derby, but we'll catch up with you as you guys are getting into that game.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff.
love getting each and every day started off right with a little bit of Twins Bingo. Hopefully you guys come out each and every day from 12 to 1 and compete against each other in these Twiking Zone standings.
Oh, yeah, and in 10th place in those standings on the player side, we got Pooba over at Brian's Bar and Grill with 119,000 points. With 120,000 points in 9th place, we got Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon. 8th place is Yo-Yo over at Valley Inn with 130,000 points. With 136,000 points in 7th place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. Then in 6th place, we got Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar with 144,000 points. With 169,000 points in 5th place, we got GTZ over at Sal's Bar and Grill. 4th place is Mikey Wins over at Steve O's with 197,000 points. With 208,000 points in 3rd place, we got Simbop over at Corky's Bar South Haven. 2nd place is Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven with 208,000 points. And with 283,000 points leading the pack in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye at American Legion Friendly.
Oh, yeah, that's been pretty exciting to watch, but I'm going to hop right into the location standings. And in 10th place, we got the Main Street Pub in Kimball with 166,000. 9th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 224,000. But with 244,000 in 8th place, it's VFW Blaine in Blaine. 7th place, it's with Eagles Rochester in Rochester with 288,000 points. But with 294,000 points in 6th place, it's our place on 3rd in Faribault. Then into 5th place, we got Steve-O's in Crystal with 299,000 points. But with 301,000 points in 4th place, it's Corner Bar and Goodhue. 3rd place sits with American Legion Fridley with 483,000. Corky's Bar in South Haven sits in 2nd with 517,000. And then with a whopping 889,000 points in 1st place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park.
Well, what crazy point totals we have on the location and player side of these standings. Make sure you guys are playing a little bit of Twins Bingo to earn points for those standings, as well as some great cash prizes from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock. Hey guys, and we are back for a little bit more action, PGL game action. We got that first place prize coming up to you guys pretty soon. We'll see what it is right here.
All right.
Player in first place right now is Irish. We'll see what can happen. We do have a $1,806 on that largemouth prize, as well as a smallmouth prize of $283. Should be some really fun stuff.
Absolutely. Do you think we can get on the water?
No.
No? Oh.
No. I'll tell you probably before the broadcast if we can get on the water, because that'll be some big news.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can get on the water right now.
That's okay. We'll let you guys have all the fun. We'll just narrate throughout it.
Yeah, it should be some good stuff. But speaking of water, we do have a fishing report coming to you guys from
Togama.
Over by Explore, Minnesota, and this is done on June 2nd. And on May 26th, though, the Star Tribune reported that historic flooding had taken over the Rainy River Basin, and water levels continue to rise. As of Wednesday, May 25th, Lake Nemakan and Kebetogama went above their peak set in 2014 and were expected to rise 5 to 7 inches over the next week. Rainy Lake was expected to rise roughly another 12 inches over the next week, possibly rising into mid-June, if not longer.
All right. Well, I know you guys are going to be taking as many picks as possible while you're out there taking home those big catches. So we want you guys to do exactly that when you're catching some big cash over here with Pilot Games. You can hold up your jackpots or even your favorite e-tab game, or really just with your best friend, bartender, you name it, we want to see it. We love seeing all your smiling faces, so you can take all those amazing player pictures and send them our way on any of your social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games, or even directly on our Facebook page or by emailing us to jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Oh yeah, some great stuff. Love those pictures. And we actually have a player pick that I think we can show off right now.
Can we?
As there it is. It's a great win from Winter Wonderland. We've been asking a bunch of players to send in their favorite e-tabs, and it's always great to see that. And you know who it is?
Yeah, it's Tina over at Paradise Shores, who's playing a little bit of Winter Wonderland. I actually shouted her out last week. She's on our Instagram page, and I love to see it.
Ah, that's awesome. So guys, send in your favorite e-tab, or you playing the brand new e-tab game as well. We love seeing e-tab wins as well as live bingo wins. We like them all.
Absolutely.
But if you guys, a little bit of side information, just because sometimes the prize winning can be confusing. If you do win a jackpot over $600 during these live games, make sure you're either expecting to get a little bit of paperwork from your bar to fill out a little bit of information for us, or a call from a Jackpot Jen to also talk about that information that you'll give over. You'll get a nice email with all those documents for you listed out. You fill out a couple of those highlighted document parts, get it all turned back in, and you'll be winning that great cash prize.
Absolutely. If you're getting a call from Jackpot Jen, it is your lucky day.
Yeah, it's always some great stuff. And I love that we are able to just bring the paperwork right to you. You don't have to wait in a line and try and wait to fill it out at some desk. You can just get it emailed over, quickly fill it out, and get it back.
Bada bang, bada boom.
Super good stuff. But we do have a little bit of Vikings news to get into while we are in this game of Fishing Derby. And the Minnesota Vikings are hoping that Andrew Booth Jr. plays a big role in kickstarting the turnaround for a defensive backfield that gave up the 5th most passing yards in 2021. CBS Sports' Chris Trapasso believes the second-round draft pick out of Clemson University has the potential to do exactly that when he steps onto the field in the purple as a rookie.
Yeah, Booth was the first-round talent all day. The vaulted injury red flag precipitated his plummet to the second round. What I kept going back to with Booth during that pre-draft process was this. He has his feet and suddenness on a slot corner, and that
a slot cornerback.
Oh, that
Sorry,
scared me.
my mic was too close to my mouth.
Yeah, that slot corner and the disruptive length and acrobatic ball skills of a tall outside corner. Learning from Patrick Peterson will do wonders for any rough edges of Booth's game. He's going to be a stud quickly in Minnesota.
Yeah, I love what he said about him. I think that's a great analysis of him. I think the injury was a big deal. Couldn't work out for scouts. Couldn't go out there and show that he had all the athletic attributes. And so, a lot of those players, they fall into the second round, or they fall farther than they probably should, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I think we got to steal with Booth. Him learning under Patrick Peterson to become another great cornerback, I think will be huge, with the addition of just a lot of veteran presences in Harrison Smith, another great player who looks like he got jacked during the offseason. He looks like he's been in the weight room.
Cool.
He looks pretty buff in these OTAs. You got Lewis Seen, who was our first-round draft pick safety, who I think will be in a nice addition to that room, as well as just building up the confidence of these young players, I think is huge.
It really seems they're doing a great job, because it feels like they're not just focusing on those main contenders that they know can be true on that field, but they're really just trying to strengthen every single inch of this team before season starts.
Depth is a huge thing, especially when you want to compete for Super Bowls, because the teams that win Super Bowls, they're one of the best teams in the NFL,
absolutely,
and two, one of the deepest teams in the NFL. That's usually the case because people get injured or they're lucky. It's either they're the deepest team in the NFL or they're a lucky team where they've gotten barely any injuries on them somehow in an NFL season. And so it's those kinds of things
all those edges are rounded. And
yeah,
smooth.
making sure that everybody's prepped and ready to step into the next spot. I think it's huge, and I think our Minnesota Vikings are bringing in that culture, which should be a good one.
Absolutely. All seem to be feeding off of each other, which is a great sense of camaraderie and community on this team, and I cannot wait to see what this season brings.
Yeah, I know you've talked about how you're really excited about this season. Is there anything in particular that you're mostly excited for? Any aspect or seeing some of the certain players that you really want to watch out for?
Honestly, I'm really excited to see firsthand how just they interact with each other, because I'm seeing a lot of clips of these players on the field and that the commentary that happens, and it's really comical, but like this just sense of almost family on this team that we're getting this season, with just everyone working together, staff as well as players all coming together trying to get the best product out of everyone.
Well, I think that was always there with the players. Like you always saw videos of the players being really well-rounded, and they really enjoyed working together as fellow adults. But I think now that the coaching staff has kind of also bought into that, we're having fun, but having this competitive fun that will attribute to winning, I think is huge.
Because that's what's exactly the thing that gets people into football in the first place.
Yeah, is that competitive fun.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the point of games.
Fun. Exactly.
You're playing a game as an adult. Like that competitive fun is what keeps your love for the game going.
Exactly. And the only coach that I've really enjoyed watching out there is Sean McVay, and he's just hilarious to watch in his entirety. And so I'm excited not so much for just like the comedy aspect of this coaching team, but just like seeing how they interact with this team
and how he emulates, how he takes tips from Sean McVay and implements it into this upcoming season. It should be really, really fun.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, if you want to show some support for our Vikings, we all know and love this E-Tamp game, Vikings victory. We got your friendly Viking as well as US Bank Stadium in the background, looming for you guys to get a jackpot. You guys will definitely want to pick it out. You can pick a lucky letter in that skull bonus round to win some big prizes.
Oh, yeah, but let's hop into the Jackpot Hunter standings, what you guys have already earned points for today. And in 10th place in these Jackpot Hunter player standings, we got Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill with 51,000 points. With 59,000 points in 9th place, we got Brother Nat over at the Chart House. 8th place is Kev over at the Deer Stand with 61,000 points. With 63,000 points, we got a two-way tie between 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar and Kimmy over at Nistawa Legion. Then in 5th place, we got Crazy Kid over at the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 with 65,000 points. With 69,000 points in 4th place, we got Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon. 3rd place is Not Lucky over at American Legion Fridley with 83,000 points. With 140,000 points in 2nd place, we got Bull over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. And 1st place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 151,000 points.
Absolutely, and I'm going to hop right into these location standings. And in 10th place, we start off with a tie with Boulevard Tavern in West St. Paul and Titan Sports Saloon in Oakdale. They both have 97,000. But with 100,000 points in 9th place, we got American Legion Fridley. Shady's Railside and Rice sits in 8th with 101,000. But then we jump right into another tie in 6th between Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 and Riverboat Depot in Sartell. They both sit with 112,000 points. But with 120,000 points in 5th place, we got the Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. 4th place sits with Concordia Lanes in Newham with 138,000. Then to our top 3, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 217,000 in 3rd place, while VFW Spring Lake Park sits with 270,000 points in 2nd. And our number 1 location is Corner Bar in Goodhue, playing with an absolutely crazy number of 408,000 points accumulated so far.
Wow, what a crazy point total for these locations. But we are in the midst of this game, as you guys only have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to get the rest of those plays in. I see Deb H is out of plays in that 1st place spot, and we'll be keeping our eye out on the players behind him, see if there is some plays left. 2nd place, Whitty still has a few plays. If they are good, they could be getting into 1st place. It looks like Irish has a few plays left, but they'd have to be some excellent plays to be able to catch up to Deb H. Pinky 44 definitely still in the race with the amount of plays that they have, and Boohoo would need some really good plays to get into that race as well.
Absolutely, but we do have those winners from that 3rd and final round of Vikings victory if you'd like to go over
Yes, let's talk about those great players. As in 10th place, we got Wendy over at Valley Lanes taking home $16 on that one. Also taking home $16, we had Suki over at Howie Sports Bar and Grill. 8th place was Big Daddy over at Troubles 2 taking home $16. $24 $5 went out to Gare Bear 12 over at G Allen's, taking home $7. I mean, in 7th place. In 6th place, we had Ash over at Parker's Last Stop Bar and Liquor Store, taking home $32. $32 also went out to J.M. Mosk at Miltona Liquor Store in 5th place. 4th place was Player over at Blasco's Embassy Bar, taking home $48. $64 went out to Spencer over at Don's Corner Bar in 3rd place. 2nd place was Bob B over at Broadway Pizza Blaine, taking home $72. And then the number 1 player took home $96 in 1st place. We got Maybe over at Miltona Liquor Store.
Nicely done to all those winners in Vikings victory. You guys have just a couple more minutes in this Fishing Derby round. We're about to be getting enrolled in our final round of Jackpot Jungle after this, but we do have some celebrity birthdays on this day. And today in 1652, William Don Pierre was born, the English explorer and pirate who was the first Englishman to explore parts of Australia and the first person to circumnavigate the world 3 times.
That is ridiculous. 3 different times. What a crazy explorer.
That's really cool.
Yeah, navigator and naturalist who became the first Englishman to explore parts of what is today Australia, and the first person, to circumnavigate the world 3 different times. Let's see anything else. He see New Guinea and New Britain for. He was a keen observer of natural phenomenon, and he, in some respects, was a pioneer of scientific exploration.
Very cool.
Yeah, happy birthday, William Dampierre. Next up, born in 1867, we got Louis Lloyd Wright, American architect who.
Frank.
What'd I say?
Louis.
Oh, I don't know why I said Lewis. Frank Lloyd Wright. Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright, an American architect, recognized as the greatest American architect of all time. And that's because he was the one that designed the Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some
really
interesting
cool.
stuff.
I don't have like a big want to go to New York, but I think the Guggenheim's in New York, but I don't.
I'm not sure.
Let me see.
He also did Falling Water, Taliesin, did a few other big buildings and other monuments that are huge as well. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it is in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, I've always wanted to go to the Guggenheim itself, but I have never really wanted to go to New York.
What is in the Guggenheim?
It's an art museum.
It's just an art museum?
An architecture museum. Pretty much anything like structure, sculpture, anything like that is displayed in there. They have different exhibits all the time, but it's really cool.
Well, happy birthday, Frank Lloyd Wright. Definitely a great architect when it comes to building those amazing buildings.
Yeah, this is the Guggenheim.
That's really cool.
This is what it looks like from the inside.
Wow, what a cool building to have that circular middle that
really
goes
cool.
all the way
it's
up.
It's almost like a slinky.
Oh, it does almost look like a slinky. I would have never thought about that.
Sleek white. I mean, it's incredible.
It looks really, really interesting. Happy birthday, Frank Lloyd Wright.
Next up in 1916, we had Francis Crick, the English molecular biologist who co-discovered DNA structure with James Watson. They also won the Nobel Prize for physiology and medicine in 1962. Oh my goodness.
That is really interesting. I mean, being able to discover the structure of DNA just seems absolutely ridiculous to me. I think it was an X-ray of some sort that helped them figure it out, or something like that, where it was very, very new invention at the time helped them figure out that crazy discovery. We do have a winner, though, in this game of Fishing Derby. Whitty over at Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter is taking home $53 on that one. Good job, Whitty, taking that one over.
Absolutely. We're about to begin enrolled in that 25-cent card edition of Jackpot Jungle. We have over $13,000 on the line for you guys. Hopefully, we can give it out in this final game. But, yeah, they used a technique called X-ray crystallography.
That's really cool. Well, next up in our celebrity birthday list, born in 1927, we got Jerry Stiller, American comedian. He plays Frank Costanza in Seinfeld, is also in Stellar and Mura.
Yeah. Is he Ben Stiller's father?
I think so.
Yeah. I think so as well. Yeah, Ben Stiller is his son.
Yeah, love Ben Stiller. But Jerry Stiller, iconic in a lot of those shows. He was in Kings and Queens, which is a big one.
Hairspray.
Yes, he definitely was in Hairspray. He's in the Zoolander movies with his son. He is a voice actor in The Lion King. I don't know. What does he do in The Lion King? That's what I want to know. As he is Uncle Max in The Lion King. I'm not sure who Uncle Max is.
That's Timon's uncle.
Oh,
yeah, because it's 1.5. It's about the meerkats.
That is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's super, super fun.
Well, happy birthday.
I didn't know that Nathan Lane was the one that played Timon.
Oh my gosh, you couldn't tell by his voice?
No, I couldn't. Well, I also don't know Nathan Lane like that.
Oh, I know Nathan Lane like the back of my hand.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Love Nathan
I
Lane.
only know him from Modern Family. That's the only reason I know him. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. His most iconic thing for me is either Mousetrap or Birdcage.
I don't think I've seen either of those.
Oh, iconic. So good, so good. Okay, but next up on this day in 1933, Joan Rivers was born, the American comedian and actress known for The Late Show as well as Hollywood Squares and her iconic ripping apart of red carpet outfits.
Oh, that's what she was big for, was being a
ripping
critic
celebrities
of those
a new
things.
one.
Yeah.
Blatantly calling them ugly on E.
That is ridiculous. What crazy things.
Fashion Police, that's what it was.
That's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, happy birthday, Joan Rivers. I don't have much else to talk about her.
Yeah.
I mean, just a big personality on TV and everything
Absolutely.
like that. Next up, born in 1955, we got Tim Berners-Lee, an English inventor who invented the World Wide Web.
Yeah. He is an English computer scientist, best known as the inventor of the World Wide Web. He is a professional fellow of computer science at the University of Oxford, and he's also a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Really, really cool stuff. Well,
I would feel so intimidated if I was in his class.
Oh, just to meet, like, the guy who created the World Wide Web?
Yeah.
That would be such an accomplishment for somebody. We do only have 1 minute and 40 seconds till we get into this final game of this Twins Wednesday. A little bit of jackpot jungle action. $13,331 on the line. You don't want to miss out on it.
Absolutely. But next up on today in 1966, Juliana Margulies was born, the American actress. She is known for ER as well as The Good Wife.
Interesting. I think I recognize her from some of the stuff. I think I've seen enough episodes of the ER just on random TV episodes.
I know her from Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, it's a movie.
She's in Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
She's even in The Upside Down, which is a big movie that just came out recently.
Interesting. She's in Scrubs.
Yeah.
What else? Big things.
The Sopranos. What's Cooking? I don't really know what else. Other than that, they're not really that big a.
Not big of works.
No.
Definitely a big show actress. I've seen her in a lot of different
City
shows.
Island.
Well, happy birthday, Juliana. Next up, born in 1977, we got Kanye West, also known as Ye, the American rapper, songwriter, and record producer. That's created a lot of big-time hits. Is one of the wealthiest people in the world, I'm guessing. With
I think it's like 55 billion or something.
Yeah,
$2
net
billion.
worth is $2 billion. I think it's even larger than that, as that's just like an estimate on Google that says it. But really, yeah, he's a record producer, entrepreneur, and fashion designer, and is widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential hip-hop musicians of all time, as well as one of the greatest musicians of his generation.
A certified genius.
Yeah, definitely some interesting stuff.
His legal name is Ye.
Yeah, I thought he had changed his name, and so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kanye West. Always got some new things that always pop up about Kanye West.
Always.
Yeah, but
never a dull moment.
But he controlled a lot of my favorite music. It was the person who put out a bunch of my favorite music, especially when you're talking about like 7th through like
freshman year.
I would even go into like sophomore year. He was still, because that's when Life of Pablo came out. Was like our sophomore year.
Yeah.
And so he was putting out a bunch of really good hits throughout all that time.
Yeah, I might even go up past in high school in general.
Yeah, he was just really good. Happy birthday, Kanye.
Next up, in 1978, Maria Menounos was born, the American actress and TV star known for Today, Access Hollywood, and WWE.
And being before every single one of the movies you've ever watched.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Nouveau.
Yeah.
I'm Marina Menounos. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, she hosted Extra and E! News. She served as a TV correspondent for Today, actress at Access Hollywood, and co-hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in 2006 in Athens, Greece.
Yeah, but we got KGH over at Clancy's on Island Lake taking home $32 on that line prize.
But did you know that she also makes an appearance in Fantastic Four?
Who is she in Fantastic Four?
One Tree Hill. She makes an appearance in as well. Let's see.
I did know that.
What else does
she plays herself in One Tree Hill?
Tropic Thunder. She makes an appearance in that one as well. Let's see. Any other ones you
Was she just a host for WWE? Is that why she was on WrestleMania and stuff?
I don't know if she actually did wrestle in that, but I'm guessing that she was just a host or like a card girl or something like that in WWE.
No, she wrestled.
She's a fighter?
She wrestled.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
That is great. What an animal. Definitely some cool stuff. I would now want to see what she played in Fantastic Four.
She might not even be listed.
Yeah. Did we talk about that
Yes,
line prize winner?
I did.
Well, good job to KJH, as I'll highlight them too. $32 on that large M. Hopefully we can give it out right here. But she plays a good-looking nurse in that one. That's her title.
Role.
Is actually a little bit worse word for it, but good-looking nurse.
Yes. But we have one final celebrity birthday before we go over those fishing derby winners for you guys. In 1983, Kim Clijsters was born, and she is a Belgian tennis player and a 4-time Grand Slam winner.
That is crazy. Definitely very impressive to be able to do that. She is a former professional tennis player, reached the world #1 rank in both singles and doubles, having held both ranks simultaneously in 2003. She won 6 major titles, 4 in singles and 2 in doubles.
That's super cool. But we do have those winners, and we actually gave out a largemouth jackpot in that game. Pinky 24 over at Gleaner's Pub, as well as Deb H57 over at Charlie's Bar, got to split up $1,806. Now in 10th place, we had Boo-Hoo over at Popper's getting to take home 31. Ursula over at Howie Sports Bar and Grill came in 9th, taking home 31. Then we had Adam Dumb over at Atomic Star Tavern taking home 31, coming in 8th. Over at 7th place, we had River over at Popper's taking home $31. Then in 6th place, we had Nemo over at American Legion St. Michael taking home 31 as well. Then in 5th place, we had Swan over at Corner Bar and Grill in Winsted getting a win of $31. Then getting to take home $42. In 4th place, we had Irish over at Wild Boar Bar and Grill. 3rd place went out to Deb H57 over at Charlie's Bar, getting to take home $46, as well as Pinky splitting up over at Gleaner's Pub, taking home that $46, then splitting up both that largemouth jackpot between the both of them. And then in 1st place, we had Whitty over at Blasco's Embassy Bar taking home $53.
Oh, good job to all those winners, as well as the people who got a piece of that largemouth jackpot.
Yeah.
Definitely some great stuff there. But we do have the NBA playoffs that we could check in, as the NBA Finals are happening right now, as that series is tied 1-1 against the Boston Golden State, as right now it is the end of the first quarter in that game #3 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, and the Celtics are up by 11, 33-22.
Definitely some interesting stuff. Changes can occur as it's only the end of the first quarter, and I'm rooting for the Golden State Warriors, but I wouldn't be too upset. I wouldn't be too upset if the Celtics won. It's young stars getting their first championships. That's always super exciting to see.
I rooted for them in the in-season series, and so they won the games that I was like, yeah, they'll win those, and so I'm just sticking with them.
Well, they're going to be competing all night long, and hopefully you guys can enjoy them while you're playing maybe even a little bit of Skull Bingo bingo after this game. But we do have a little bit of Twiking Zone player stuff that we can get into while you guys are waiting to see who wins these great prizes. And in 10th place, we got Pooba at Brian's Bar and Grill. 9th place is Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon. 8th place is Yo-Yo at Valley Inn. 7th place is Bobo at Corner Bar and Good Use. 6th place is Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar. 5th place is GTZ over at Sal's Bar and Grill. 4th place is Mikey Wins over at Steve O's. Now we get into the 200,000 point club. Because in 3rd place, we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. 2nd place is Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven. And in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley.
Absolutely. And on the location side of things, in 10th place, we got Main Street Pub in Kimball, while Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids sits in 9th. 8th place is VFW Blaine in Blaine, while in 7th, we got Eagles Rochester. 6th place sits with our place on 3rd and Faribault, while Corner Bar and Goodhue got pushed back to 5th yesterday. Now in 4th place, we got Steve-O's in Crystal, while in 3rd, it's American Legion Fridley. Corky's Bar in South Haven is still reigning in 2nd place, and in 1st we got VFW Spring Lake Park.
Definitely some great stuff. But we got some movies that were released on today that we can get into while balls are dropping in this final game of our Twins Wednesday. And the first movie that was released on today in 1984, we got Ghostbusters.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Definitely some great stuff there. A great movie that has Bill Murray. You got Dan, how do you say his last name? Aykroyd. A lot of other.
Harold Ramis, Sigourney Weaver. I absolutely love her. We got Ernie Hudson. I love him as well. Ann Potts, Rick Moranis. Oh, yeah, Rick Moranis is so young in that. I forgot about that.
It's really funny to see him in that role. Because he's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. But it's a super fun movie.
He's also from Spaceballs.
He is the Spaceballs guy as well. I just don't recognize him without the helmet over his head.
Darth Helmet. Yeah, that's what his name is.
Darth Helmet. Just great movie.
Absolutely.
One of my favorites as a kid.
It was probably my favorite movie as a kid.
Oh, it's between that.
I watched it a lot.
It's between that and like Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I absolutely love those
my
two.
other one would probably be Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, that's another top tier one right there. But speaking of top-tier movies, we got a pretty top-tier list to keep on going through.
We do. And in 1984, the same year, on this day was released, the original Gremlins came out.
Really?
I loved it. I wanted to name a dog Gizmo after it came out.
Really? I've always thought they were creepy.
Well, Gizmo's cute.
No. No.
It looks like one of those Furby dolls.
Yeah, they're all Furby dolls are creepy.
They are creepy. I never owned one, but we do have Ev E over at Corner Pocket and Dee Marie at VFW East St. Cloud, both splitting up that $32 large M. We got about 4 balls left before we're going to be clicking over this $13,000 jackpot, so hopefully we can give it out soon.
I didn't know that Howie Mandel was Gizmo.
He's Gizmo?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That makes me like the movie a lot more.
I love Howie Mandel.
Oh my gosh, he cracks me up, and the fact that he's Gizmo makes that movie so much better. Speaking of one of my childhood classic movies, in 2007, Surf's Up came out, as it's also National Oceans Day. So
I mean, pretty fitting.
So I feel like it's good to talk about ocean-based film.
Absolutely,
Surf's
this
Up.
Mockumentary is a classic. It was really before its time.
Yeah, you got Shia LaBeouf as Cody Maverick. I think Jeff Bridges plays Geek.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, John Heder plays Chicken Joe.
Really? I didn't know that was him.
Zooey Deschanel plays Lonnie.
That is
I don't think I knew
great.
that.
I didn't know that either.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. Well, definitely some great actors and just a fun movie.
Didrik Bader plays Tank Evans.
Yeah, definitely. I just watched the Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania this year.
So good.
And it was
better than I anticipated.
It was definitely, it had more comedy than I thought it would.
Yeah.
As it almost made fun of the fact that they had like professional wrestlers in the movie.
Yeah, it was really good. But next up, also in 2007 released on this day, Ocean's 13 was released.
Yeah, definitely a good movie that had a bunch of other movies come after it. You had a star-studded cast: George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, Al
Al Pacino.
So many great ones.
Don Cheadle, everyone. But we got Ash over at Parker's Last Stop Bar and Liquor Store taking home that must-go prize, $48 going out to you. Ocean's 8 was also released on this day in 2018, as well as Hereditary.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. But I'm going to get into the final player spotlight of this broadcast, and that's Lagartha over at Manana Hilltop Tavern, taking home $3,718 over at the weekend. But everybody who plays at Manana Hilltop Tavern is supporting a great charity, the Eden Valley Lions Club, whose mission is to empower Lions Club's volunteers and partners to improve health and well-being, strengthen communities, and support those in need through humanitarian services and grants that impact lives globally, and to encourage peace and international understanding.
Absolutely, guys. Remember, each and every location you play at supports a different charity around your community, and it leads us right back to the saying we say as we send you guys off, jumping into that rest of the Skull Bingo. And guys, remember, while you play Pilot games, your community wins.
See ya. Hey guys, and we love our PGL nights. They come to you guys on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday at 6:40, it is a MegaSota game night, and from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, it's a little bit of wild Wednesday action. It's super fun to win some cash prizes as well as earn points towards the PGL standings.
Absolutely, and so I'm going to hop right into these player standings that have been super competitive. And in 10th place, we start off with Reyes22 over at the Old Town Tavern, who sits with 1,140,835 points. In 9th place, we got OE50 over at the Stanchion Bar, who sits with 1,174,515 points. But in 8th place, we got Sarah Honey over at Eagles Austin, sitting with 1,225,699 points. But with 1,284,750 points in 7th place, it's Nixon over at the VFW Roseville. 6th place, with Bucks over at Rustic Saloon, who sits with 1,327,435 points. But with 1,419,045 points in 5th place, we got Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place sits with Forget UD over at Lyle Liquor with 1,624,765 points. Then we get to our top threes. We got 3rd place Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon with 1,742,925 points. But with 2,272,330 points in 2nd place, we got Keith over at Billy's Rockford. But reigning in first still for the majority of the season, it has been Bam Bam at Stewartville Legion Post, sitting with 2,374,990 points.
Woo, good point totals there, but we get started off in location standings in the 4 million point club. And in 10th place, we got Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 4,379,350 points. With 4,468,805 points in 9th place, we got Leo Sports Bar in Mazeppa. 8th place is Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato with 4,593,954 points. With 4,927,910 points in 7th place, we got VFW Northfield. 6th place is Neeson's Gaylord with 5,110,740 points. With 5,599,379 points in 5th place, we got American Legion Cleveland. 4th place is Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter with 6,133,985 points. With 6,847,568 points in 3rd place, we got Poppers in Virginia. 2nd place is Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake with 6,933,459 points. But the only location in the 7 million point club happens to be in 1st place, and that's Billy's Rockford with 7,501,794 points.
Yeah, definitely on track to get to that 8 million point club, which would be super exciting to see. But you guys need to be coming out each and every Tuesday and Wednesday to try your hand at our PGL nights.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
Hey guys, and we love playing a little bit of Jackpot Hunter, and we played those Jackpot Hunter $1 edition from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock, where you guys earn points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings, as well as earning some really good cash prizes.
Absolutely, and there's some big crazy ties going on, so I'm going to hop right into these player standings. And in 10th place, we start off with Spazwell over at the Gas Can Bar and Grill, who sits with 51,000. Brother Ned over at the Chart House sits with 59,000 in 9th place. Then in 8th, we got Kev over at the Deer Stand sitting with 61,000. And then we jump right into a newly formed tie in 6th place between 2A Girl at Jimmy G's Bar and Kimmy at Niswa Legion. Both players have 63,000. But with 65,000 in 5th place, it's the Crazy Kid over at Tasty Pizza Hanger, 45. 4th place sits with Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon with 69,000. 3rd place is Not Lucky at American Legion Fridley with 83,000. But with a whopping 137,000 in 2nd place, we got Bull at Corner Bar and Goodhue. But reigning in 1st place, it is Bobo, also playing at Corner Bar and Goodhue, but with a whopping 151,000.
Crazy point totals, and even crazier point totals when we get into the location standings. And we get started off in a 10th place tie between Boulevard Tavern in West St. Paul and Titan Sports Saloon in Oakdale. They both have 97,000 points. With 100,000 points in 9th place, we got American Legion Fridley. With 101,000 points, though, in 8th place, we got Shady's Railside and Rice. 7th place is Riverboat Depot and Sartell with 112,000 points, tied up with the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 in Hilltop. They are both in 6th place. In 5th place, we got Gas Can Bar, Grill, and Brainerd with 120,000 points. With 136,000 points in 4th place, we got Concordia Lanes in New Ulm. Then in 3rd place, we got Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 217,000 points. And with 267,000 points in 2nd place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. And in 1st place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue with 405,000 points.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys are coming out each and every day from 4 to 6 for the happiest hours of the day when we jump into those $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter.
There it is, 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.